the three of you are going to meet with Purple Barley. So, the three of you end up at their separate lodgings.
Mm-hmm.
It's a place that Gulnex really would have admired, because I wrote a lot of this when he was alive.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Rip comics.
Yeah. So, like, you'll knock on the door, you'll see Hig put his eyes in the slot and grunt at you.
Okay. May we come in?
He'll just kind of grunt again, and he'll close that. You'll hear some chunks sliding and stuff like that. And the door will pull open, and you see him opening it with one hand and sort of slotting a shotgun back into the roof with the other hand. He nods at you, gestures you to come in.
Okay, we'll go in.
Says he warns you that he's a bit hungover. Too many pills yesterday. He pats his stomach and make an awareness check.
Yeah, no.
Yes.
Okay. You hear a sort of a jingling sound.
Jingling?
Yeah.
When he pats his stomach?
Yes.
Oh no, what pills did he eat then?
No, I'm not even gonna ask.
Or alert anybody else so that they can ask.
No,
Anyway.
not even gonna say anything.
You'll ask most of the logistical information.
What kind of environmental hazards do we have to worry about?
Yeah, toxic gas is the main thing, and sinkholes.
Why are there sinkholes on a spaceship? What form do these sinkholes take?
He nods at Loria and asks if you were the one that went dumpster diving.
One of the ones, yes.
Okay. Are those things that we're going after?
No.
Not the little bugs?
There might be some in there, is what he says.
Okay.
Yeah, he says maybe some of them. Main thing, they're not the targets, though.
Okay.
So, he's going to nod at Blue over there, and Blue is going to go back. You'll hear like some shuffling, then a sort of a wet sound, and then you hear some sliding, and he flops one of these onto the table. And what it is it essentially looks like a really slouched, blue-skinned humanoid.
Okay. Interesting.
So this is a bilge?
It's a bilge crawler.
Bilge crawler.
How did those get here?
So Swiss is just going to shrug and say, I don't know, we found them here.
You found them on a spaceship that was constructed?
No, they stole the spaceship.
Oh, that makes more sense.
Yeah.
Where, from a junkyard?
No, they're pirates, remember? What they do is, that when they find a ship, they take it if it has redeeming qualities. This is a ship, so it has redeeming qualities.
Like,
Yeah.
why can't you just slowly pump out the air until they're all gone? Or put some poison gas in there, or vent it?
What he says is, 1, they taste good. 2, they're fairly good at, like, if you capture them alive, they're good for just flinging at people. Which brings us to 3. Capture them alive.
Oh, so we're not down there to kill them, we're down there to capture them alive.
You're down there to capture a certain number of them.
How many?
Okay.
You can kill as many as you want, as long as you don't exterminate the local population, but then you're not going to be able to do that anyway. And then you're going to need to bag 30 of them.
How big are they?
How big is that thing he just slopped on the table?
It's size class 4. So it's a small human.
So
we're kidnapping 30 goblin-like children size.
They're not children size, but
They're the size of Alexa's character.
these are scrawnier and taller.
So how do we take them out? What are their weaknesses?
They don't like bright lights, they don't like loud noises, although do not use explosives. And then he looks at Vash and says, or flamethrowers. Vash just kind of says,
Is it because of the ship that you don't want explosives or flamethrowers used?
It's because they're in the bilge.
Gases?
Yeah.
Okay. So we have...
Random methane pockets.
Okay.
So bright lights, loud noises, no fire.
Yeah, so flashbangs are out too.
Do we have to worry about any important ship-based systems that are down there that could potentially get damaged, or hull breaches or anything like that? Or is it fairly sturdy down there?
He says it's supremely sturdy. That used to be so it's something like a general storage area that used to be also a garden. Yeah, so they just put stuff there, and these guys just ended up putting stuff there that ended up rotting, and also they found these things running around, so they just closed all the doors that led there.
Okay. Do they hunt in packs?
Sometimes, yeah. They'll usually stick around in groups of 7 or 8.
Can they swarm?
Yes, but they don't like being in larger groups than 8,
Oh, okay.
usually.
What's the largest danger we're facing here?
Being outnumbered by them and getting stuck.
What do you mean?
Like physically stuck?
Yeah, sinkholes.
Ah.
And what do we do if we do get stuck?
Unstick yourself.
That's really helpful, not?
How do we transport?
He says they're pretty lightweight, and he gestures back to Blood Blue and says he can pull about 10 of them. So we'll just wrangle them in whatever groups we can find, and then pull them out, come back in for more.
Do we need to knock them out?
He says that would help.
How do we do that without killing them?
He says don't worry about that, just get extras.
Okay. What about how they fight?
Claws, high speed, ambush.
So they don't throw things or have access to guns?
They don't have reliable access to guns.
So there is a chance that we will run into maybe some of them that has a gun or
Yes.
projectile-based weapon.
And he'll add in the greater risk is them taking some of yours.
Okay. So they're at least smart enough to remove a weapon from us and then use it against us.
Right, but they can't maintain them, and if they're exotic weapons, then they won't know what to do with them, and they're not very good with them either.
Okay. How easily are they tricked or tracked?
To that one, he'll say that most baits will work fairly well, but you can't leave them in the cages too long. Also, they've started to carry metal tools and things like that for escaping.
Okay. Do we have a map of this bilge, or is that even something that we can get a hold of, or does it not even matter? And is there, like, lights that can be turned on? Are they all burnt out or broken?
He says that they don't have lights in the area, that you bring your own, and that he thinks he doesn't want to use a map. Like, he doesn't think a map is needed.
Okay.
He also says that one of the scout teams that they send down there, and by that he's indicating that they just send down groups of the Spokerite kids and have them do recons, that the last 2 of them it came back with heavy casualties.
Did they specify by what?
They're not very reliable.
So
Well, surely they were screaming or yelling about something if they came back with heavy casualties.
He says the Loch Ness Monster.
Both of them said that?
Yes.
Oh dear.
Are these things cold-blooded? Warm-blooded?
The bilge crawlers?
Yeah.
They're warm-blooded.
Okay. I'm mainly wanting to know if their body temperature is equal to the ambient temperature of their surroundings or not.
If they're sleeping, it's equal. If they're up and active, then it'll be above.
Okay.
Oh, he also mentions that where you'll be entering is near one of the refineries, because they'll capture the gas from there.
Okay.
It's a good thing I still have my respirator.
Anybody else still have the respirator?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
The people who got respirators.
So,
I can't think of anything else to ask.
me neither.
Okay, I'm good.
Yeah, I think I'm good, and I wrote all this down.
Oh, he actually adds on something else. If you get them too cold, then they'll go to sleep.
Is it possible to regulate the temperature in the bilge?
Not for the entire bilge, no.
So it's not possible to lower something, open something to let the cold, desolate vacuum of space suck out all the heat from the bilge.
No, because that would get rid of all the good stuff they want to keep.
Yeah, but like just make it cold in there, but not oxygen.
Well, that would take too long.
Okay, I say we go die.
Also, this is not supposed to be a challenging mission, so
It's
he
a
thinks
milk run.
to Mr. Swiss, taking hefty precautions is because you're weak or something along those lines. Because he's been on dozens of these.
We haven't.
Yeah, but yeah, he's like, why would you need to lower the temperature?
Oh, okay. That part of it, not
Yeah.
questioning about the mission.
Yeah, like bringing flashlights and stuff like that is fine. Although he's gotten to the point where he doesn't like using them anymore because it feels like cheating. Plus, they're muzzle flares. He'll also give you a recommended shopping list. Well, it's organized into 3 sections, like crudely organized, like must have is at the top with skin spray and sealant and stuff like that.
Skin spray?
Yeah, so what he's talking about is basically, it's something a lot like flexible spray on nail polish. What it does is it forms a solid barrier. So he says definitely have that. The other one is waterproof shoes. And then down to the maybe haves is a specific, like, hollow point rounds and things like that. And then if you really want, but it's kind of cheating, is flashlights that are kind of like, yeah, these are the kind of thing that at close range could count as laser weapons.
So I'm guessing we're probably gonna give Locker this shopping list.
Depends on how much money Locker has left.
Yeah, so he'll, like,
More money than the rest of us.
scroll that on a notepad, tear it out, and hand it to whoever looks like the leader.
Which is?
Who wants to look like the leader? Loft gets the list.
I swear to God, if I turn into the leader again.
That's that briefing.